Hi Graham, how are you?
Oh, I'm good, thanks.
So Aston Villa up on Saturday, Steven Gerrard's first match in charge. What is your opinion on Steven Gerrard as a manager?
Well, I think he's done really, really well. I think it's not easy when you're, I would imagine, because I wasn't one myself, a top player like Steven was, to take the step into coaching and management. I think you have to understand that just because you've been a top player doesn't necessarily automatically mean you're going to be a top manager. I think you have to go through a process and you have to be brave enough to do that. And I think that's what he's done. Good steps in terms of at Liverpool, and then fantastic job at Rangers, winning the league there, and gaining experience, going through the process of becoming a top coach, because in my opinion the top players have the potential to be the top managers, and Steven's on that path, and it's an exciting appointment.
And how do you prepare to face a team with a new manager?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's no matter how good they are, you only have a couple of days, so it'd be unfair to say you're going to see the Rangers team of 3 years of Steven Gerrard in 2 sessions at Aston Villa. So, but you're going to expect something different. Slight changes, I would imagine, in terms of tactically how the team's organised. But again, I think you have to be fair to Steven and these guys. They've in a couple of days, so they're not going to fix the world in that time. But there'll be, the start of a process to make the team how they want to see it. But from our perspective, the answer is you don't know for sure. But that's the same with any football match. You can analyse the past, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen. You've got to just prepare the team in terms of how we want to play and what we want to do, align it with the things that we've been doing consistently, and then, look to do our best and be ready for the game.
Yeah, and Saturday will be your 100th match in charge of Brighton. Are you proud of where you've taken the team?
Yeah, I think not necessarily proud from my perspective, but as a collective, I think it's not something I've given too much thought to. Somebody pointed out in the week, and then I suppose because it's 100, it's a nice number, but I think it's in this world that we're in, where you can see managers change quite quickly and it's quite turbulent, that as a club we can stay together and keep trying to improve over a period of 2.5 years with lots of challenges on and off the pitch. It's been a quite unique time really for us all to go through. So and now we're in a place where everything's a little bit better. Spirit's really good in the team and the club, so we're happy, but always room to improve.
So, could you give us an injury update on Enoch Mwepu and Aaron Connolly?
Enoch won't be available for the game. He's not too bad, but I think it'll come too soon for him. We're hopeful for maybe Leeds. Slight muscle strain, and Aaron's been training, so he's recovered from his heel, so he's available for the squad.
And finally, on Friday night, you and 2 other members of the coaching staff, Billy Reid and Bruno, slept rough to raise awareness for the homeless. How important is it for you to raise awareness and support causes outside of sport? Well,
yeah, I mean, that particular charity I'm a patron of, so I've got involved with them, and like you said, we slept rough. We had one night. It was a very easy experience of the reality of what that is, homelessness. Unfortunately, it's prevalent in Brighton Hove, so it's something as a club, I think, we're look to support and look to raise the awareness of, because it's an horrendous thing, and the more we can do to raise the profile of the charity, because Off the Fence do a fantastic job, the more we can do to raise any money that can make a difference to people, it's literally the least we can do. So it's really important for us. Thank you.
Hi Graham, good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Before the beginning of the season, did you ever imagine that Brighton would show so much consistency?
Well, that's what you hope, and I think it's not like we've been, at a really, really high level all the time. I think there's been moments in games, and you should expect you can't be perfect in the Premier League all the time for 90 minutes. I think, but we've managed to find a way to pick up points, and we've managed certainly at the start to pick up some wins. We've maintained the ability to pick up points even when we haven't got wins, which I think is still important. But we always trying to improve, that's the thing. And we know that there's a lot more to come from the team. And we're excited by that. And at the same time, that's where the work is as well. So that's normal.
Man, as the manager, how does it feel to see so much praise being given to Brighton at the moment?
Well, I'm not too bothered about that, to be honest with you. Because I know the way the narrative changes, and as I said earlier in the week, we're seventh at the moment, and we are because we've got the points. This time last year we were probably the other side of the table, but performances weren't so different. So you have to be fair. Sometimes in this league the margins go your way, and then you get the points. That doesn't necessarily mean you're that good, and sometimes the margins go the other way. It doesn't necessarily mean you're that bad. I think you just got to try and maintain a perspective and a focus on the game, on the journey that we're on. Always be respectful of the competition. At the same time, it's another game for us on the weekend, a tough game. Going to Villa Park at any point is difficult, but especially with Steven's first game, it's going to be a challenge for us, but it's an exciting one and we're looking forward to it.
And in terms of the general goals, what are the main goals you're trying to achieve this season at Brighton? How far do you think the squad can go this season?
Well, we always say you want to try and improve, and that's the starting point. We don't worry too much about what may happen in May, because you've got loads of games and loads of training sessions. I think the focus for us is always on the next training session, the next match. Try and prepare to beat Aston Villa, and that's how we think about it. And of course, there's a longer term view, which is we want to try and establish the football club in the Premier League in the top 10. But you don't do that by worrying about what's so far ahead in the future. Just focus on the next training session and the next game, because things change quickly in football.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Graham, I know Robert Sanchez is suspended for this one. How confident do you feel about Jason Steele coming in and doing a job? Obviously, he's already had FA Cup and League Cup experience for you.
Yeah, really confident. Jason trains really well every day, supporting Rob, supporting the team. Training at a really high level. Whenever he's come in, he's always done well for us. So he's ready to play. He's ready to fight for the team, and I'm looking forward to seeing him play.
I mean, it's a big day for him, isn't it? It's actually, he's been around a fair while, hasn't he? But this is his Premier League debut.
Yeah, I imagine so. Yeah, I mean. It is, but that's what he's here for. That's he knows that's the role that he plays. He wants to play, as all footballers do. They want to play, but he's accepted his role in the team in terms of supporting Rob. But when you do that, you know that if there's a problem, if there's an injury, if there's a suspension, then he's the next in line to play, and he's preparing himself all the time. I must say the improvement that Jason's made since the time I've been here has been incredible. As a player. He's been fantastic in terms of how he's stepped up his level. So he's earned the right in terms of that journey that he's been on, and that's nice when a player puts in that work that goes a lot of the time unseen, that they finally get a reward in terms of playing, and now it's just up to us to try and help him enjoy the game. And clean sheet would be nice and 3 points, but I won't ask for too much.
In terms of one player who we've talked about his talent and what he brings to the squad, but Adam Lallana has been available and featured in every single Premier League game this season. How important has that been, and the fact that he's available to you each week?
Well, I think it's a credit to Adam, and a credit to how he works every day, and how he's adapted to what we do. Because it's great for him that he's available. He had a long time at his previous club where he, frustrated with injuries and stuff, and not available. And and that's obviously difficult for any player. So I think he took a bit of time in the first year to settle into what we're doing and how we can adapt to him. But now he's in a really good moment, probably as good a place as he's been for a while, helping the team on and off the pitch. So we're delighted with him.
I imagine it's going to be a very special atmosphere at Villa Park at the weekend. I know we won't necessarily see a Steven Gerrard Aston Villa yet, but his players will certainly be motivated, won't they, to impress the new man at the helm?
Of course, yeah. You often see that, don't you? You get a response in terms of just a new voice, a fresh face, and obviously when it's somebody of the calibre of Steven, it gives everybody there a lift. We can't control that. There's nothing we can do about that. We've got to focus on ourselves. Villa Park will be, of course, an excited atmosphere, an excited environment for the home team, and we have to try to play well, and we have to try to do our best to turn that around. But it's a good challenge for us as well. So it's an exciting game.